Hey guys, David here, and what I'd like to talk about is split testing landing pages and how to get more conversion ratios and the way I go about building these landing pages out and how I get the ratios that I do. And a conversion ratio just means the amount of people who come to a website who actually give you their information. So if you're converting, one person out of 100, you got a 1% conversion ratio, right? If you got a 10%, you're converting 10 out of 100. And the reason why this is so important is if you have a conversion ratio of say like 10%, right? That means 100 people come to your website, 10% enter their information, and then say you get one buyer, right? So you get one person out of the 10. If you're sending 100 people and you can increase the amount of people who put in their information, then you can dramatically increase your sales without doing anything else. If you're converting 1 out of 10 people to a website who actually give you their information, and you can get 4 times that, or a 40% opt-in ratio, then you can increase your sales by 4 times. And that little tweak or that little test, while it may take you a little while to get there, it's really going to be the one of the simplest things that you can do, and also it's going to be one of the cheapest things that you can do. New customer acquisition is one of the most important parts of a business, but it's also, in most cases, one of the most expensive. It costs you a lot more in time and money to go out there and acquire more customers, right? Maybe we have to scale up some of our marketing. Maybe we have to, change a couple of things. Maybe we have to change the offer. Maybe we have to, all these other things, right? But tweaking a landing page, that's simple, right? That's easy, right? We can do that without spending any more money, right? We already have the software to put up the landing page or build the landing page. All we need to do is just get more people putting in their information, right? So let's figure out how to do that. Let's get more people to put in their information. So what I have here is a website that is converting at 200%. And if that sounds crazy and like a lot of people, it's because it is, and it's not real, right? This website, this landing page is actually for one of my coaching programs, and I know everyone who actually gets this page is going to put in their information. I was having a glitch where the page would just kind of reset and it wouldn't go through, right? I went through and I fixed it, but at one point in time, 2 people went to this website. I got 4 people to put in their information, right? And each one of these people put in their information twice. I got a 200% opt-in. So when people are posting crazy stuff like this, it's not real. So kind of the first thing I want to go over is don't fall for this stuff, right? Don't fall for someone who's telling you they can build you a web page or a capture page if you're not building your own, who can get you a 200% opt-in ratio or 100% or 90% or anything crazy like that, right? Those opt-in ratios, 1, they're not real, and 2, if they are real, they're not going to last. You'll see an opt-in ratio come down from a high percentage to a more standardized number, and in some cases it'll start out at like a high ratio like this, like maybe you got a 90% opt-in ratio, and then by the time you actually have an accurate number of people who've come to that page, it's converting at 10%. So that was a terrible page. It just converted really well right out of the box. Another thing that we need to take into consideration when we're looking at or asking people to build us pages, or we're building our own pages and we're looking for information out there, is are these people conditioned or are they not conditioned? And what I mean by that is, if I'm sending a solo ad out, and I do send a lot of solo ads out, and it's BizOp type solo ad, those people are conditioned to put in their email and information, right? Those people are conditioned. They know to put in their email information because they're used to seeing pages like this, because they're probably used to being on a list for solo ads and getting these in their email, and they know what to do, right? So that ratio doesn't really count. It's not real, right? If I send 1,000 people this solo ad, and all these people are conditioned, of course I'm going to have a higher rate. But if I take that same landing page and I show that to a different type of audience, or audience who's not used to putting their information in, I'm going to get a lower percentage, and people will show you this solo ad traffic pages or solo ad type traffic, and they'll be like, well, look at my opt-in ratio, it's crazy, right? And it's not real again. So be aware of that as we're going out there. And I guess this kind of leads us to this next topic, is really what we need to be doing is we need to be making sure that the audience that we're building these pages for, we're actually building this page for. And that may sound foreign, right? In the beginning, as we're marketers, as we're coming online, we want to build one page for everybody. We just want to build one capture page and, put it everywhere on the internet and send as much traffic to it, and really that's not the best idea. It's not the way to go about it, and it's not what high earners like myself are out here doing, right? We're building capture pages individually targeted to the audience that is going to receive that capture page. Let me give you an example. This capture page right here has a 59.72% opt-in ratio. Over the last couple of months, 355 people have seen this actual opt-in page. 212 of them have given me their information. This page is a banner ad on a website that is specifically geared towards a type of people or a demographic, and those people who come to this page, I've tailored this capture page for them, which is why I get a 59% or almost 60% opt-in ratio, right? If I took this same page and I sent it out to everybody, I would not get the same ratio, right? If this page was geared towards stay-at-home moms and I showed it, and I put that banner ad, or I put a banner ad up on ESPN, and I'm getting, dads and football enthusiasts to this page about stay-at-home moms, of course my capture page is going to convert badly. It does not mean that I have a bad capture page. It just means that it's not tailored to that audience. Does that make sense? So what we need to do is we need to be building these pages for the audience that's going to receive it. The next part of that is we need to have ad congruence, right? What we do is we put an ad based on, building a business online, and then we take them to a page that is, about building a business online. We do not take someone who's interested in, flag football to a page about how to grow roses or whatever, right? It's completely different. It's completely foreign. You're going to have some people out of curiosity, or a cross section of people who are also into roses who might be willing to put in their information on building a business, but it's not the best traffic to send towards that page, right? It's not a bad page. It could be a good page, but we need to find a better audience to show that to, who are going to relate to that more. Again, we need to be building these pages for the people who are going to be seeing these pages, not necessarily for everyone, right? The last example I'm going to show is this page converts at 42.89%, right? We have 2,924 visitors over the past couple of months, and we've gotten 1,254 people to put in their information. This page is towards a different audience, right? This page I do a little bit of solo ads with, but it's not BizOp solos, right? That's a different page. That page converts somewhere, I could look it up, but that page converts somewhere around 60%, and it's had, I don't know, 5 or 6 times the amount of visitors as this. But I'm trying to show you the smaller pages that I have that are out there, just to kind of show you what's working now, right? A lot of people online showing you stuff, and it may have worked, 10 years ago, or it may have never worked, and they're just showing you it. But this is kind of what I have going on. So we have this page, and it's 2,924 visitors, 1,254 contacts, or roughly 42%. This page is done through solo ads, but it's not the BizOp type solo ads. These people are not as conditioned as BizOp people, but they are relatively conditioned, which is why we can have this high ratio, right? And this is not including, or it's not including everything that's out there, the only ways to go about building these, but this is the best way that I know how to actually build websites, the way, or capture pages. This is the way that I go out and I build all of my capture pages. I go out there and I find out an audience, right? I find out a demographic, and then I build a capture page around that target demographic. Now the next thing that we have, once we have a winner, right? We build a page, it converts at 25 or 30%. The next thing that we have to do is we have to go out there and we have to optimize that page. And what I mean by optimize it, the first thing I do is I throw up 2 completely separate pages, right? So I'll take a page like Dagan Smith's capture page, right? You can put that in, just type in like Dagan Smith's survey capture page or survey capture page. You can see one example of that. The next thing that I will do is I will take a completely different squeeze page, right? So let's kind of, I guess let's go through this real quick. So let's go survey. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Alright, so let's go survey capture page, type on images, and this is what I was talking about, right? So this is like Dagan Smith's capture page. He was using this forever, and he was getting great results, right? So this is one way of running a capture page. This is another example, something like this. But let's type in just a capture page, right? Just type in a capture page. Templates. This is similar. So we take a page like this, right, where it has a video over here and enter your information here. This is a completely different or separate type of capture page, right? As we take capture pages like this and we compare them to Dagan Smith's capture page, we have a winner, right? We're going to have a page that does better. The page that does better is the page that we're going to keep. So now we work on this page, right? So say we have a page like this. The next thing I'm going to test is my headline. I'm going to say, hey, does free here do better, or does discover here, or does uncover, or does whatever. I test this, right? How to get up to 2,197 per day. Does that convert better than $147? Is my audience more geared towards making a lot of money, or are they geared towards making a little bit of money? So I'll test that. I'll test one to the other one. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, the phone was ringing. So I'll test, my headline. Then I'll test, is this button a better as red? Is it better as green? Is it better as blue? The next thing I'll test is kind of this stuff at the bottom, right? Should I say spam, right? And what I found is, and the reason why I said that is, what I found is that when you put spam in any type of way, like we hate spam or anything like that, I found my conversion ratio drops down. So I don't even mention it on my capture page anymore. And I'll talk about spam. I just put like, we will never share your information or something like that, versus, we hate spam as much as you do, or something like that, right? I don't even bring it up. Another thing that I will test is there a way to change the color here? Is the background the right color, right? Does a gray background do better than a beige background? Does a yellow background? Does a picture in the background? So I test all of these things, or I have these things ongoing. And as I have these things going through my tests, as I'm going through the test and I'm going through these things, I'll find things that increase my conversion ratio, right? Well, this yellow box made my page convert at 31%. I put this blue box up there, it converted at 33%. So I'll find these little tweaks and these little tests in there, or as I'm going through testing, I'll find these little tweaks in there, and then I'll just implement those things, and now I have a new control. So now I test the blue box versus a green box, right? The blue box did 33%, well, the green box only does 24%, so I keep the blue box, right? Or if I do a blue box and, I try a gold box and the gold box converts better, now I keep the gold box. And I just keep doing these things until I find that I have a page that converts at something I'm comfortable with, right? And for me, I don't like pages that convert at less than 40% on initial traffic, cold traffic, personally, right? I want to get 40 out of 100. I find that number is actually a high enough number, and it's sustainable, right? It's not just going to fizzle out and drop down to 10% over 1,000 visitors. I found that over a couple thousand visitors, few thousand visitors, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 visitors to a website, I'm actually able to keep that conversion ratio up. So I hope this video helped you guys out, and if you're not clear on any of this stuff, just type it in below, and I'll try to either make another video about this to try to explain it, or I'll try to answer your questions in the comments if I can. So like this video if you like it, comment below if you have any questions, and share this video with anybody who is having problems or having questions about actually making capture pages or lead pages or whatever, squeeze pages, etc. I think that's it. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber already, and we'll talk to you in the next video.